pray. That's what he said to me, right? And I was like, come on, man, we've got to do a better job. So I said to him, rather than just punch it out into the ether and hope, I said, why don't we change the process? I said, how much of the, he's a cabinet maker. I said, how much of these kitchens that people are buying off you? He said, the cheap ones are like 20 grand. He said, more expensive ones are 30, 40. He said, our premium ones are, even closer to 100. So I said, how about we show them the respect rather than just emailing and hoping? I said to him, why don't we drop it off by hand? And he looked at me really puzzled and he said, what do you mean? Like, I actually drive to their house? And I said, yes, mate, if someone's going to buy a 50 grand kitchen off you, show them the respect to get in the car, drop it off, explain different parts to it. And he said, but it was amazing. He said to me, but Bruce, tradies don't do that. And I said, well, let's change that, right? Like, come on, let's do something a bit different here. Right? And he said, all right, well, I'll give it a go. And so I taught him some scripts, etc. And away he went. Right? Now, I'm going to play, this is him ringing me after the first week of doing it. He's going to say two words that might be a bit confusing. He's going to use a word called perturbation, which just means getting out of your comfort zone. And he's also going to say, since board. We've got a coaching program called the Board of Directors. Everyone just calls it board. So I'll have a drink and we'll hear how he went in that first week.
Hi Bruce, just wanted to let you know that I'm great motivation this week to the board and implemented some small parts of the sales strategy that you put, like this implementing the face-to-face with the client twice. I won 12 jobs which has secured $80,000 for the week. So far I have another 2 tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll be able to report back with 2 more success stories, and that will put us to 150,000 for the week. Thanks, Bruce.
So he missed that fourth one, did 110 grand in that first week of teaching him that strategy. Who thinks that's not a bad result first week out with a few scripts and a different process? So there's a huge amount in this area, right? And I want you to, here's the boom boom on strike rate that I'd like you to write down, please. Is pulling on this lever normally doesn't cost you any money. Might cost you time to do scripts, a process, flow chart, etc. Right? The leads are already coming to you. You're just doing a better job at converting them. Right? So in most part, doesn't actually cost you more money. Right? Unlike the prior one with inquiries. Who likes this one, by the way? Okay, good. Righto, so let's go and increase our strike rate. 25%, 10% increase is not 35, 27.5. And so look at this, we now have gone 100 up on our cash flow with just 3 down here and 2 up here. Let's go to frequency. One of my first ever clients, Mike. Yes, Mike the mechanic. Right? Now, Big Mike, married, 4 kids, small mechanical workshop, had 5 mechanics, 2 apprentices, and I said to him, when I first met him, I said, how long have you had this business? He said, 16 years. I said, that's a long while, all right? And I said, how's it going? He says, I'm not making enough money, Bruce. And I said to him, well, 16 years, that's a long time, all right? You must have serviced a lot of cars in your time. He said, mate, thousands. And I said to him, and I said, we're going to go and work on increasing the frequency, getting your current customers to come back, right? That's this section. And I said to him, I want you to write this down. I said, do you have a database? Do you have a what, everyone? Database. And I knew I was in a bit of trouble because he pointed to the PC that was on his wife's desk and he says, database, is it in one of those computer thingies? And I was like, all right, I'm going to have to dig deep on this one, right? So I said to him and his wife, I said, look, please tell me you've got a list, a record of all the people that have ever had a service here. He said, yeah, we got heaps. I said, well, where are they? He says, they're out the back. So over the oil drums we go. Around the corner there was a table probably double the size of the one up the front here with a big sheet over it. And I remember he reefs this sheet off. And remember the old wooden long filing cabinets, the 5x6 ones? Raise your hand if you remember those ones. All the youngies in the room are like, what's he talking about? Anyway, this was full, and I said to Mike, I said, how many are there, mate? And he says, we think between 8,000 to 9,000. And I said, hallelujah, we've struck gold. And he says, why are you so excited? I said, all these people entrusted you to fix their car. Guess what we're going to do? And I want you to write this down. I said, we're going to invite them back. What are we going to do, everyone? We're going to invite them back. We're going to give them an excuse. And he says, how are we going to do that? And I said, Mike, you're old school. So we're going to do an old school marketing strategy. He says, what are you thinking? I said, we're going to send a letter. And I said, I started grabbing these cards out of it. Leanne, God love her, had written, full address, postcode, dog's name, the whole thing, right? All this amazing information was in there. And I said, we're going to invite them back. I said, we're going to send 500 letters each week. We're going to start in A in the alphabet, and we're going to send 500 letters every single week. I think it was about 10 days in, he rang me and he said, you are kidding me, man. He said, I got them lined up at the front door, right? He says, there's people here, Bruce, that we haven't seen in years. He said, there's a couple here that we actually thought were dead, right? So I said to him, well, let's keep that going, right? Then people started cross-referring. We filled that business up, right? And the cool part of the mail-out story is I said to him, we have to have an offer. Write this down. All marketing must have an offer. All right? You've got to have an offer. I'm going to give you an offer later. What's your offer? Got to have an offer. And he said, look, I don't know. And I said, well, look, you got to give them something to come in or say thank you, etc. if they're going to spend a couple $100 on a service. So he rang, he said, let me have a think about it overnight. He came back the next day and he said to me, he rang me, and he said, Bruce, are you sitting down? I said, yes, fire at will, Mike. What's the offer? And he said, for every service that they come in, he said, we're going to give a free set of rubber windscreen wiper blades. And I was like, are you kidding me, Mike? That doesn't inspire me to do anything. And he said to me, on the suburb that he lives in, he said, the suburb that I live in, Bruce, they're all tight asses, they'll love it. And I said, okay, we're going to run with rubber windscreen wiper blades, right? Away we went. And it was very successful. We actually never got past L in the alphabet. We ran it for over 18 months, scaled the profitability. And most importantly, we increased the frequency of their customers that we started to track by 42%. Profits nearly 500% up. Now, please write this down. Here's the boom boom on this one. If you're not staying in touch with your database and customers every 90 days, someone else will be. Please write that down, never forget it. Most people put so much time and energy and money into getting new clientele, and if they just invested the same amount of time and energy on keeping their customers, their businesses would be entirely bigger. Who agrees with that principle, by the way? Nice and high. Okay, good. Go love your database. And here's another one. I've mentioned before, I do a lot of work, and as a company, we do a lot of work on buying and selling companies, right? I mentioned a story there before. Now, interestingly, if you've got a well-manicured database where you're staying in touch with it, you communicate with them regularly, they buy from you regularly, etc., because you've invested in nurturing that database, right? Please write this down. You'll get a higher multiplier when you go to exit that business. You'll get more value when you go to exit it because you've looked after that very important part of the business, rather than only relying on, well, we don't do anything in that particular area. Please take a note of that. All right, going back to frequency, 2 transactions to 2.2. Look at this, we're nearly at 290 grand better cash flow than our starting point at 106. Who's enjoying tonight? Say yeah. Yes. All right, just to change the energy up, give the person beside you a high five and say, I love cash. Give them a high five, I love cash. Give the other person a high five on your other side and say, cash loves me. Righto. Let's go to transaction size. McDonald's. I could do client stories, but I'll just use McDonald's. 1981, McDonald's said they want to work in this part of the 9 cash flow commandments, and they said if we go to our customers every time they come in and buy from us and ask them one question, we think we can increase the transaction size. 1981, what was the question, ladies and gentlemen? Would you like fries with that? Right? Please write this down. They made 18 million net profit, more profit every day that they did that from that day forward. So what's your question? Got to have a question. What's your question? You got to have a question. They've done stats on this at Harvard and lots of different folk like that. Yale, I think, has done it as well over many times, where they say when people are asked an upselling question, not talking just food here, generally, please write this down, 4 out of 10 people say what? Yes. What's your question? Got to have a question, and it needs to be systemised, where it gets asked every single time. Let's go back to the example. We've gone from 500 to 550. Look at my revenue, everyone, on this one. We've gone, just with those front 4, we've gone from $1 million to 1.4 million. And we're over now 316 of cash flow. Last one. I'm going to do the costs section here. Cost of goods sold and expenses. Tell you about this lovely lady. This is Judy. She owns a rural supply store. Right? Now, when I first met Judy, she lives quite isolated in Australia in a little town called Longreach. It's where Qantas started many, many moons ago. And it was drought, right? Hadn't rained in like a couple of years. It looks terrible, right? Now, I said to Judy when I first got there, she said, I need help big time, right? So I said to her, look, a lot of the stations and the farms were reducing their stock because there was nothing for them to eat. And basically, she said to me, I said, well, we're going to go and work in this part of the commandments, right? And I said to her, how do you track what you sell? Like, she had products and services that she sold. And she says, well, I don't really track them. And I said, well, how much do you buy them for? What's the gross profit on each of the services and products that you do? And she says, well, I don't really know, right? Right? She says, I very rarely look at it. And I want everyone to write this down because this will affect everyone in the room. I said, margin is like really important, right? You got to know that through and through. And if you're not dialed in, right, you're going to lose the game. So I said to her, well then, what I'm going to get you to do, Judy, is to get every product and service you've sold for the last year. I need you to export it, right? and I need you, and she sold lots of things, and I'm not sure if you can read that word there. What's it say, everyone? So this is the ammo one, right? A lot of varmints and pests and weekend warriors, etc., that buy from her. So as you can see here, this is ammunition with the quantity of the products and services that they sold, the amount, what was the cost of goods sold, what was the gross margin percentage. And I said to Judy, there's only 3 fundamental ways to increase margin, which I'm going to get everyone to write down. Here they come. Number 1, buy better. I said, when was the last time you went and renegotiated your prices? Right? When did you do that? And she said, years. Right? I said, great. There's something to go look under. The second one, produce more efficiently. Doing it faster, less waste, etc., etc. And number 3, increase prices. And I said to Judy, I don't care whether it's 1, 2 or all 3 that you go work on, but I need you to be doing minimum 10%, because I think if we can do that, we can save this company in the drought. And I said to her, she said, when would you like it, all of the last year's results done and processed in this spreadsheet that I gave her? And I said to her, I said 6 weeks. And she said to me, 6 weeks, it's impossible, it'll take me a year. And she said, why 6 weeks? And I said, Judy, you're about to run out of cash in 6 weeks, so get going on it, right, because it's going to save the company. Now, Judy didn't like that very much in that first 6 weeks, but because she had to do a lot of work with her team to pull it off. Basically, she said, she came back to me, it was on a Skype session, I still remember it, and I said to Judy, did you get me the 10%? And she said, no, I didn't. And I said, well, what percent did you get? And she said, in ammunition, I averaged 16.17, and I did the exact same pretty much in every other category of product and service that I sold. And I said, atta girl, right? Now, basically I said to her, if the quantity is the same or similar this next year, Judy, out of that one category, you're going to squeeze an extra 62 grand of gross profit. Now, because she had no more expenses, all that extra gross profit went where, everyone? To the bottom line, right? So, what margin strategies have you got right now and are currently working on, right? Margin is so crucial. I've turned so many companies around by working in this area. Every business is a bit unique, but in terms of the overall output, that's where we want to take it. Here's Judy, increased her margin. She made a 180 profit that year and saved the company. 10% down here, or improvement of the margin. You can see the final, right? So look at where we started, everyone. 160 down there of cash, we're up nearly 420. That's 160% increase in cash position, right? Another way to do it is to say on any business, by you doing these 5 here as an increase of 10% and 10% better days, please write this down. Any business in this room, your overall profit will go up 90%. How many percent, everyone? 90, and your cash position will go up how much? 160. Right? Who likes that, by the way? Okay, good. So, we're nearly done here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a great audience. I just want to finish on another story. This is my last one for tonight. So, and I want everyone to write this down. By increasing your cash flow gives better opportunities. Please write that down. Better what, everyone? Opportunities. Right, at the end of the day, I'll tell you about this lovely couple. This is Todd and Renee. They've got plumbing businesses. Now, when I first started with them, their loss the year before I started with them was $75,000 in the hole, right? 4 kids. Literally, he came to a seminar that I ran, and at one stage in the seminar, he'd come straight from work in the high-vis overalls. I turned around and his head was sleeping in my seminar against the wall, right? Worked a 16, 17-hour day, losing money left, right and centre. We got him profitable, but what's probably happened to the benefit of that family in the last 4 to 5 years particularly is it's given them, they've been able to go and do more charity work than they ever thought they'd be able to do. Their kids are getting a better education. They've done 4 investment properties, some shares, and they've bought 2 businesses, particularly in the last 3-4 years. Right? So from a really awful financial position. Who thinks that's not a bad turnaround, by the way? Right? So to finalise tonight, it gives us all more opportunity. It's not just making money for the money's sake, but more opportunity to go and have more life. Who'd agree with that? Okay, very good. So, in terms of that tonight, I'm done. Thank you. I'm now going to just walk you through what my offer is. I referenced it earlier this evening. Tonight, I'm giving away a business diagnostic, okay? Business diagnostic. Now, the business diagnostic will be here in Auckland in 2 weeks' time, right? Now, it's complimentary, it's free, right? No money changes hands. When money changes hands at the front end with a diagnostic, it changes everyone's expectations. So I don't charge for this, and I haven't charged for it in the last 20 years, okay? Now, it'll be about 2 hours in duration, right? And it's with me. I'm not passing you off to one of my coaches. It's like you want me, you get me. There is only, literally, we are going to Christchurch tomorrow night. I've only got 17 slots here, and if you want that, that's going to have to happen across about 3.5 days. Now, if you're not in town, right, and you're out of town, that's fine. Still put in a diagnostic form. We can't, clearly, we've got whatever it is, 80, 90, 100 people in the room here tonight. I can't do everyone, right? So we will be choosy and picky about who we will work with on this diagnostic. Okay? But 2 weeks, 90 minutes to 2 hours. You got to do a bit of prep. Do you think it's a fair exchange to do a free meeting, do a simple bit of preparation for that meeting? Is that a fair exchange? Raise your hand if you think it is. Right? Good. Here's who it's not for. Diagnostics not for someone who is uncommitted. Don't waste your own time or mine, right? But if you're committed and something tonight has spoken to you, or you would like to have a really wise set of eyes look at your business and see where the opportunities for growth, they're the people I love doing these diagnostics with, and I'd be more than happy to invest 90 minutes to 2 hours with you here in Auckland. Okay, so that's going to be the diagnostic. So can I get a show of hands who'd like to take me up on that diagnostic here tonight, please, nice and high? Excellent. Can I borrow your clipboard for a minute, mate? Thank you. Could the people that would like to take me up on that, thanks, go to the back of your clipboard. There is a pink diagnostic form. If you could just attach that out of the clipboard, please. Just give me a wave now so I know which one you've got. Give me a wave now, give me a wave now, give me a wave now. Okay, that's the diagnostic booking form. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do that now. Please do that. If you've got a business card, feel free to whack it on. It's a very complex form, as you can see. And just hold it above your head when you're finished, and one of the team will pop around and help you out with it. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Just raise it above your head when you're finished. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Excuse me. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Last couple. Thanks, mate. You got one? Thanks. No? Thank you. Team, thanks for that. So just for the people that have just put in a pink form, we're going to be ringing you the next 2 days and the start of next week. Okay, so expect a phone call from two amazing people called Christy and Miriam. They're real people, right? So if they ring you, could you be, show them the respect to ring them back if you miss the call, etc., or answer it, okay? So that's that. All the pink form people, raise your hand if you just put in a pink form, just so I can see you. Righto, good. If you've put in a pink form, I have a free book for you. So I'm going to be signing them around there. There's a lot of people. I'll do my best to get it done, before midnight. Joke. But anyway, if you put a pink form in and you would like to hang around to get your free book, please feel free. Grab a phone out, everyone, real quick. So we put up a huge amount of free content on business, on wealth, on personal development, you name it, right? So if you want to follow us on Facebook, on our page, please give that a click. If you'd like to follow me on LinkedIn, please give that one a click. But we put up a heap of great information there. All right. Finally, everyone, just a couple of requests. In terms of your notes from today, any of that white A4, please feel free to take your notes home. There should be some gold dust on them. If I could ask, please, not to flog my clipboard and pen, I'd be really appreciative. Just leave it on your chair or under your chair or something. So that's that. And I'll see all my people over there. Thanks, Auckland. You've been awesome tonight. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you. Can I ask, are you one of these?
Yes.
I'll get you a camera on this one. Sweep around there.
Guys, to bring my business card.
That's fine. That's fine. As long as if you just find you're there.
There you go, right there, mate.
Perfect.
Swing around there, Tony.
So can you fill those couple in there, please? Thank you. Okay, so you've been in 2 years.
Oh, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Okay.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, mate. Hold on. Thank you, buddy.
Mine's is folded.
Yours is folded. You want to just... Is that...
Unfolded.
Read
What was your name, ma'am?
Yvonne. This card. The first one like before. Oh, there I go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Is that you, is it? Sorry. I put it over there. What's your business?
It's like a dairy.
Okay. A dairy. Righto. Very good. Thanks, Myla.
Sweet brown and grab the pink one.
The developer. Awesome, mate. Well, we will definitely be in contact, Jason. You have fun tonight?
Yeah, it was good.
Good, mate. Thank you. Hello, buddy.
How's it?
How are you?
Well, thank you.
Now, what do
It's
you do?
actually for my brother, so he couldn't make it. I came for him.
Okay. What's he do?
So he's a builder.
Builder? What's he? Is he just
I
started?
just rough 3 to 5 years, but
Right.
I wouldn't know.
How many houses does he?
Got 4 people working for him.
How many? 4?
4 people working for him. Yeah.
Righto.
I'm
So,
self-employed, so it wouldn't actually.
righto. Awesome. Well, if you give that to him, and is that his? Is that you or?
That's his name.
Righto. What's your name?
Hamad. Hamad.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, and what's your number?
022 325 6007.
Righto. So, we might just give you a call. You'll have to have a chat to him.
Yeah, I'll give him a call straight
and
after
because
this.
all that, as you can see, if he's serious, it's going.
I know he's
Righto. Awesome. All right. Thanks. Cheers. Hello, mate. Righto.
the same boat as you.
So, cleaning. Yeah, perfect. All right.
Also the taxi business. I'm
Yep.
just going to introduce the yellow taxi.
Taxis as well. Righto. Perfect, mate. We'll be in contact. Thank you.
Good day, boss.
Hello, mate.
How are
How'd
you?
you go?
Good, thank you. Good.
Righto. Tell me about you.
Oh, well, I'm just starting my own retail business and a clothing brand.
Yep.
It's not up and running yet, but I'm launching it in April.
Okay.
It's called NYB, so keep an eye out.
I will.
Yeah.
Righto. Thanks, buddy. Have a great night. So, hang on. So, did he come tonight?
In the green.
In the green.
In the green.
Righto. Well, tell Marlo to come over. Righto.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Chrissy.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice
Bruce.
to meet you. I'm really good friends with Caro and Simon. So
Oh my gosh. Right.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
And Hall, of course.
And of course, you're part of the family, just about.
Yeah.
So you're based up here.
I'm based here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I've got a creative business called Modelito.
Okay.
We're retail, but also do events and stuff like that.
Righto.
Yeah, that we're doing quite well, but like definitely just want to like
Take it to another level. How many team have you got?
just to
2, including you.
yeah.
Yep. All right. So design, yeah.
It's like a creative, so we sell like creative kits, like holiday kits and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do events as well, like in-person events,
Sure.
like workshops and stuff.
Okay. Very good. Well, we will be in contact. Did I give you a book yet? No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So nice to meet you.
Thank you. See you. Bye. Hi. Yeah. But hi. How are you?
I'm Rosh. We do a small flower business.
Flower business.
Yeah,
we are importing the flowers.
Okay. And so they're dried flowers.
Fresh flowers, that's
Okay.
the critical thing.
Righto.
So we do some wholesalers
Yep.
and individual approach as well. So, but still we think that it is not sufficient because we have to buy a large quantity to make the profit.
Got it.
We want to have a marketing strategy.
Okay. Cool.
We
All
have
right.
a website.
Well, I'll give you that book, and we'll be in contact. Thank you very much for coming. Okay. All the best. Bye. Hello, mate.
Nice to meet you.
Now,
That's me
Right there, right at the end,
I
hey?
drove 3 hours to be here too, so I'm sure that gives me some perks. Remember
Mate,
saying
there you go. So, that's right. Now, where are you driven in from?
Northland.
Northland, righto.
But only 3 hour drive in there.
Okay, righto. Well,
I enjoyed that today, it was good.
now what does this do?
All our contracting, we reforest farms with conservation and all that sort of thing.
Righto.
So I've been reforesting farms.
Okay.
So we've been turning like land back into native trees. So
Perfect.
It's good. Yeah.
And your business?
Yeah, mine. Yeah.
And
Started in 2017. My uncle was the boss, but he got cancer, and he told me, he gave me my first contract, and he was like, "Oh, hey,
Wow.
do this before." So I just started it, and then
He's
I
still
got it.
alive?
Nah, he's passed away. Sorry.
Sorry.
But I just took it on and
Yeah.
kept going and kept going. Did a
How
good
many
job.
team members you got with you?
10.
10, righto. Very good. Well, we'll be. The only thing is, Storm, you might have to come back
Yeah, that's
for
all
us
good,
me
mate.
to me.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it to me, Bruce.
Perfect.
Nice
Now,
to meet
have you
mate.
got a book?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Righto. Drive safe. Hello. How are you? Lovely. Tara, nice to meet you. What do you do?
So I'm a student at the moment.
Uh-huh.
I'm a student on the ladder and I'm just wanting to increase my knowledge at the moment. I've got the skills, so I came here to, yeah.
Perfect. Well, did you enjoy it tonight?
I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of useful information.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the book. Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Now, have you got a stapler? So, real estate? Is it your own firm or you work for someone?
I work for Remax, you might have heard of this.
Okay.
But we also like try and do some of the development of building our own.
Right. Okay, very good. All right, well, look, and how long have you had it running?
Up to 1 year.
1 year, righto. Great, well, look, thank you for coming and we'll be in contact. Thank you. Hi, how you going? I'm Bruce.
Nice to meet you.
Right, now, PT by the look of that?
Yeah, I do coaching. Online coaching.
Online, righto. Very good. Well, did you enjoy tonight?
Yeah, it was really good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming. We'll be in contact. Thanks. Hey, how are we doing? You're all right. Now, plumbing. So, Marcel, how many team have you got, Marcel?
I've got 4 and 1 in the office.
Okay.
5 including me on the road.
Righto. Very good. So, you'll be around in a couple of weeks? All right. Well, we'll definitely be in contact there. So, Christy or Miriam. Good memory. Unlike mine.
Please, that'll be awesome.
Yeah. And I've done so much work with plumbers, it's not funny. Like that last story.
And everything you've been saying has been adding up, and I'm just sitting there like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it'll be good.
Righto, mate. We'll be in contact, hey? Thanks.
Do you have an extra book for someone who hasn't left the pink paper?
Well, hang around. Is it for you? Yeah, righto.
Just want to read.
Righto. Give us. I just might be short on books, but just hold on. Manjay, what do you do, sir? Glowish. And what does that do?
It's a beauty and art product.
That's right. You told me that. Yeah. Righto, mate. Well, thank you very much. And what's your revenue?